In this video, I'm going to talk about how the Weedtube scene and the gaming scene are closely tied. But first, if you're not subbed, stop being a butthole Steve. So I think we all can agree that gaming and smoking are like a top tier combo. And there's a lot of other gaming YouTubers that think that way as well. But with YouTube gaming's main audience being children, it's kind of hard for you to be a gaming YouTuber and promote weed at the same time, because even though you don't think that you're going to influence people, you are going to influence them. Like if your audience is between fucking 6 or I would say even 17, you have a good chance at influencing them if you promote weed and you smoke weed and you openly say it to your audience. But I will also say times have changed and kids are a lot more smarter, and they know that smoking at a young age is kind of bad for you, and there's a lot more information about weed that we know that it's not as bad as people thought back in the fucking 80s, 70s and past that. So I'm gonna go over some notable examples of gaming and Weedtube being closely tied. So I think we gotta talk about the most prevalent example, and that is Pine Park. With Pine Park having two really big notable Weedtubers who are Eric Kahn and Tim Brown as the co-hosts, they have made it a gamer and Weedtuber hub. And for people who don't know, the owner of Pine Park is Optic Hez, which is the owner of Optic. And for a lot of you, I don't have to explain what Optic is because it's Optic. They're one of the biggest gaming orgs of all time. They have some of the best members on their team, some of the Call of Duty legends, they have Halo legends. They have just been in the scene forever, alongside FaZe. Now, to the audience, they probably did not know this, but people in the industry probably had some kind of clue that this was going on. But majority of the OG Optic House was smoking mass amounts of weed. We're talking couple ounces in the Optic House, which is pretty crazy, and a lot of people didn't know until Nadeshot told a story on a podcast about how a time they got swatted and they actually had ounces of weed in the house and the cops had no clue.
Should we tell them the other part about it? That's what I was playing. I'll play it. I mean, we're pretty far removed now. Would it really matter?
I don't think so.
No,
but that's what made it so sketchy.
You talking about the plate?
No.
We're talking about the
can we talk about
weed.
it?
Yeah, on the plate.
Yeah, fuck it. No, so listen. Here's the thing. We had so much goddamn stinky weed.
We were high as fuck.
Oh man, we had a lot of weed in the house. Them fools were. Well, we all were. Nah, we can't talk about this.
Why not?
I've never told anybody that I used to smoke weed.
Bro,
Bro, you're a grown man now. Too.
I know you want me to start talking about this. Yeah,
It's hilarious.
it's legal in California now. I actually don't smoke weed anymore, but at the time, at the house, we did smoke weed. We had weed in the house, and this is actually I'm so glad I get to tell this story. This is the craziest moment in my life because I have no idea how it happened.
Ultimo clutcho.
I cannot make this up.
Was it you that put it back in the drawer?
Hold on, let him
I cannot make this up. So even when we were doing the Grand Theft Auto stream, anytime that you guys would see us go off camera for the streamer that was playing at that moment, they were going into the kitchen to rip the bowl and just,
10 feet away from
yeah,
the
just 10 feet away, get blazed a little bit, and then come back and keep playing.
Yeah.
But our house at that time, we didn't have maids or anything, or we had maids that would come every 3 weeks. And the house was filthy. It was disgusting. And in the kitchen especially, it was just 3 grinders, a bong, 2 bowls, residue everywhere. It was terrible. And at that moment, I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I think I just got so grossed out by the fact that we had weed everywhere and it just wasn't a good look. Mm-hmm. I cleaned off all the counter. I pushed all the weed to the side, put it in my hand, threw it out, all the shake, put the bags, the bowls, the grinders in cabinets and in drawers. And I told Cap, all right, I'm going to bed. But if you smoke again, make sure that you put it away. And I still to this day don't know what compelled me to be as compulsive I was about it. But that's the night that we got swatted.
So Optic Hez has been a fan and been an advocate of cannabis for a while now. And he also knows that gamers and cannabis have a godly combo. So it was a no-brainer for him to make his own cannabis company. And that's how we got Pine Park. But it's not only just the cannabis that he wanted to work on. He wanted to get in with the top Weedtubers in the scene. So that's how we got the Pine Park YouTube channel. And I think I can speak for everybody. Having Eric and Tim as the co-hosts of Pine Park makes it hella fun to watch. So now I want to go over another prime example of Weedtube and gaming being closely tied, and that is FaZe Rain. And I almost don't even have to explain who FaZe Rain is, but for people who don't know who he is, he single-handedly raised a whole generation of kids off his Call of Duty commentary and his trick shotting. And I know personally, 2015 and 2016, Call of Duty and FaZe Clan in school was all of my life. And just like the Optic house, it got found out that the FaZe house was actually smoking a lot of weed as well. In 2017 and 2018, a bunch of videos came out of FaZe Clan smoking weed, and it made a firestorm happen on social media, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. You know, it was kind of justified because they have an audience that is primarily children, but I hate when people try to make the argument against FaZe Rain that he wasn't keeping it real, because here's the thing, like even though it's kind of like a cringy thing, you know, it doesn't matter, but like people say he wasn't keeping it real during that time, but like if he was keeping it real, he would have got fucking even more hate than he already did when they got leaked videos of him smoking. Like they would have fucking crucified him on Twitter and YouTube. YouTube already doesn't like him because of like the vaping shit. They would have hated him even more if he was open about him smoking weed. So after the big firestorm that happened on social media because of the leaked videos, FaZe Rain would actually make a video addressing all of this.
I never lied. A lot of the videos that are going out where they're showing the old video of me from like 2.5, almost 3 years ago, and then, you know, the other video. So that first video, everything I said and meant was very true. At that moment in time, that was very true. Did not smoke, did not drink, did not do anything. People are just messing up their timelines, and I think that's the problem with me making videos for so long. It's not really a problem, but I'm just saying the issue that it holds is that I'm gonna say things throughout my life. If I do YouTube for another 5 years, the stuff I'm saying when I'm 21, I don't know if it can apply to when I'm 26. Things change. That's what you guys need to understand. Like,
Now, FaZe Rain wouldn't become completely open about his cannabis use until after the Calabasas house, and when he did, he would start going crazy with it. He would upload videos like teaching people how to roll. He was talking about how he started smoking weed. He was like showing like leaked videos of like him and Adapt like smoking a big ass like raw cone. But these uploads would stop because FaZe Rain would actually have a problem with opiates, which I'm not going to get too into here, but because of that, it would lead to him starting his own cannabis company called Recovery. And obviously you can tell by the name Recovery, it was because of his recovery from opiates that he wanted to start this company. Now, if you didn't know, FaZe Rain was so like into opiates that it actually led him to going paralyzed from his waist down, and he could not walk. And it took years of physical therapy for him to get back to where he is today. And during that process, cannabis helped him a lot. Just like Optic has, FaZe Rain knew he needed to get in with the top YouTubers, and that's how we got Eric Kahn being a co-owner of Recovery. With Eric Kahn on board with Recovery, Rain would drop the first strain called Rain Runs, and they would have a public opening with Eric Kahn actually there. And as of recent times, Rain is actually doing a collab with Dope Aziola, and they actually made a collab video to talk about what they're doing. So, conclusion to the video, I think it's just cool to see the gaming scene, the Weedtube scene collab, because I know personally, I like playing video games and smoking weed, and I know there's a lot of you that like playing video games and smoking weed, so it's just cool to see. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and until next time, peace!
She said I could have it. 2016, little bitch, I'm a savage. Johnny Depp sue a bitch, make all the baggage. Then I feel like I'm a fucking bandit. RIP, just walk got perks in the cabinet. Sold them off on my session and smash.